And now back to Bobby Likis Car Clinic and your host, Bobby Likis.
And welcome back to this segment of Bobby Likis Car Clinic. Plenty of time to get your calls in at 888 Car Clinic. So if you're just sort of hanging out and staying warm, which I hope that you are, pick up the phone and Jan will take your call, put you in the queue, and I will put you on the air at 888-227-2546, 888 Car Clinic. BOBTLC, what does that stand for? Easy enough. And after I share with you this information and cold weather tips, you can certainly go to youtube.com and just put in BOBTLC, or you can go to BOBTLC.com. B-O-B-T-L-C, the first B is for batteries. If your battery's 3 years old, replace it. Now, I know that you could have a 5-year battery and you could have a lifetime battery. Well, no, I think they quit making those. But the bottom line, 3 years is about the usable life, and that's when you should start to think about, well, this battery could be suspect. If you don't know, or you're not having problems, then you should have the terminals cleaned and the battery tested. The O stands for oil. Use the lightest oil that you can possibly use according to the manufacturer's recommendations, and do not change the viscosity between summertime and wintertime. If your car calls for 5W20, use it year-round. You can upgrade to synthetic, especially in the colder climates, colder being down into the 0-degree temperature, or if you have to leave your car out and you're not inside a garage, even at 25 degrees, because synthetic oil is more pumpable and the molecules are all same size, so therefore it will flow faster than standard oils. And as a result, it will flow more smoothly and it will lubricate the engine more quickly upon cold starts. And just FYI, 40% of engine wear is caused by start upon initial startup. Okay, back to the BOBTLC. B, the third B is for belts. One of the biggest challenges with automobiles is that how can you test the condition of all those things down under? Whether it's down under the hood or under the car. I mean, many of you think that we in the automotive service industry have some beautiful machine that we plug your car into. It tells everything that's wrong with the car. Not. But when it comes to belts, you can inspect a belt and you can determine whether or not that belt is still in good shape. Just simply using the thumb and forefinger, you twist the belt 180 degrees, look on the back side of the belt. Find a span between pulleys that allows you to do this and look for cracks per inch. And if there are too many cracks per square inch, you know that the belt, or to be safe, 4 years, replace the belt. T, the T stands for tires. Now, I could preach tire pressure, and I'm not going to do that. It's up to you, and you know that the tires on your car are low unless you checked them this morning. But you may not know that for every 10 degrees of loss or drop in ambient temperature, your tires lose 1 psi. So if you're like in 80 degrees and all of a sudden we got 40, then you're down 4 psi. So if you're at 30 pounds of pressure in your tire and you lost 4, you're at 26, and 25 would be the threshold of unsafe. And low pressure lets the center of the tire cave in, which means you're riding on the outer edges, which wears the tire and loses the tire contact patch with the road, not to mention the fact that in cold, rubber is harder, so two hard surfaces don't work as well together, the hard concrete or asphalt and hard rubber, as well as a softer, pliable rubber. So maintain the tire patch, which means maintain the pressure. It should be checked cold, and it should be, according to the tire manufacturers, located on the vehicle identification number, that decal that's on the door, not on what's on the side of the tire. That's the building code for the tire, so to speak. Back to the BOBTLC. L. The L stands for lights. Check your lights, turn signals, brake lights, backup lights, tag lights, to be safe and to be seen. And last on the BOBTLC, but not least, the C is for coolant. 2 years, flush the cooling system, make sure that you have the voltage tested. And in the northern climates, especially, the first call I had today was, I keep my car plugged in. Well, when you plug your car in, not only do you have the opportunity to induce DC voltage, because the car builds DC voltage electrolyte in the cooling system, but you also induce and can induce AC voltage. So for you techie guys out there in your shops, especially where cars are plugged in using an AC plug-in to warm the block, you better check for AC volts as well as DC volts in the coolant. And the threshold of pain for DC volts is 0.3 volts. So anything more than 0.15 needs to have the coolant changed. There you go, BOBTLC.com.